Every year, millions of high school students make one of the biggest financial decisions that they've had to make at this point in their life. And that is, are they going to go to college? Where are they going to go? How much is it going to cost? How are they going to pay for it? How are they going to pay it back after they graduate? And this tool is built to help them think through some of those decisions. It's a Google Sheet template. So clicking on the link should allow you to view the template. Then you just click Use Template and allow you to make a copy of it so you can put in your own numbers. It's a 5-step calculator, pretty straightforward. You should only be editing the yellow cells. So everything else is going to be auto-calculated, and all your inputs are going to be in these yellow cells. And any adjustments you want to make, like down here on interest rates for the loans, maybe you have different amounts that you want to use, you'll be able to edit that, as well as expenses over here. Put in your own amount on anything that is yellow. Once you start putting it in, you're going to see the figures populate pretty quickly, and you'll be able to understand kind of some of the costs and where things are coming from. So let's say you've got your expenses put in here regarding college. This is what it's going to use for all 4 years to figure out what it costs. And it's unlikely to stay the same. So built in some annual increases here. Tuition, let's say, goes up 3.2% each year. That's going to be factored in. Now, you don't have any funding put in here right now, but the calculator is already going. So you'll see, without any funding put in, you would need the full loan amount of $24,000 to cover all these expenses year one. One thing to call out would be the interest on loans starts immediately, meaning when you borrow $24,000, you're going to owe more than that back as a fee for borrowing the money. That's how borrowing works. So if you borrowed $24,000 after 4 years, you're going to owe $30,000 on that loan. And that's because each year that interest of 6.4% starts accumulating. The next year, the interest on this plus the interest that you incurred from the year prior gets added, so on and so forth. And after 4 years, you'll owe an additional $6,000 on that loan. And that happens every year. You notice not as much in the last year because it only had 1 year of interest. And so at the end of this, you would owe $116,000 in student loans. That's if you had no funding or any support coming in to help offset that. And then over on this side, you can put in kind of your expected salary each year. Let's say you make $55,000, and you can do different adjustments on here, like your 401k contribution. Maybe you have insurance that you're going to pay, or maybe you're going to be on your parents and it's going to be $0 to start with. And then you'll have some other expenses. Here's where that monthly college loan repayment will be factored in, and that'd be over $1,300 each month. Obviously here, in this example, you'd be at a deficit. So ideally, you have some funding coming in, and this is where you're going to want to fill out, kind of follow the steps here of expenses, funding. You'll be able to see the loan amounts, and then what income looks like over on the right side. Let's say you have $5,000 saved here, and you have a one-time scholarship. This just means it's used in year one, and then it's finished. So you got that at $500, and you have a reoccurring annual scholarship of $1,500. That happens every year. Other support, maybe you have parents or grandparents that are throwing some money your way to help with college. Then you have income. Income is broken out into 2 categories: the income you earn during summer, income during the school year, because they can tend to be different because you're a little busy with school. But let's say you make $5,000 each summer, and during the school year, you try to earn $2,500. That's going to instantly offset kind of those loan amounts, and now you see you're borrowing almost half by generating some income throughout the year, and then your monthly college loan payment also is almost cut in half, leaving you with a surplus. Now, this isn't a great surplus coming out. It doesn't leave a whole lot of room for unforeseen expenses or be able to build up a savings or whatever else that may come with it, but this is the reality of kind of what you are going to be paying for school, the paychecks, and what the costs are going to be associated with living a little bit. You know, you can adjust this. It's a yellow box. So let's say you live at home after you graduate. That would be a significant help, right? Kind of build up some emergency fund, maybe down payment for a home, whatever you might need. But other ways too to offset this is going to be, well, what if I work more during the summer and I can earn $8,000? And maybe during the school year, I got to earn $5,000. And now you're starting to see some of the impact it's going to have on how much you need in loans and how much you'll have at the end of each month. or maybe your income for your major is expected to be higher. Um, but this can also go the other way. Let's say you're going to, work a lot, but you're looking at maybe a private school that costs $24,000 each year. You might say, well, they have some reoccurring grants or scholarships that I'd be able to get 4,000 off each year. Um, but that would still leave you with a significant loan at the end of 4 years to be able to subsidize that kind of cost. And maybe that doesn't make sense if you're expected to earn $55,000 a year, because you can see you'd be negative here. So this tool is intended for you to be able to play around, understand the cost and the value of some of your decisions. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't go to this school or that you should. Everything is a factor, but I probably wouldn't spend $30,000 a year on tuition for maybe a job where I'm making $40,000 a year expected coming out. If you're interested in more details, further down below here, you can see the breakout by year 1, year 2, year 3 of all of kind of where the numbers are coming from and how the balances are rolling over. But for the main purpose of the calculator, you should be able to kind of navigate everything up here in these yellow boxes and adjust everything you like. So good luck to you. Hopefully this is helpful in providing perspective and making some big decisions.